107.9 FM. It's the legend here live in the Liuna studio. And with me is some amazing guests. We're here to talk about a great show coming up on August 22nd out in Leamington, Seacliff Rocks. Christian Vegh is going to be there. Rick Labonte and the Band of Brothers is going to be there. And Teaze is going to be there. Well, guess what? Guess who's in the studio with me? Christian Vegh, Rick Labonte, and Brian Danter
and
of
Spencer.
Teaze. I'm here as well. Fellas, what is going on? It is great to see everybody again.
Good to see you. Thank you for making yourself available.
Thanks for inviting us out.
Well,
looking forward to it very much.
Thank you for putting on such a great show for free as well. Just canned good donation. That's all that you're asking.
That's all we request. And for all ages, done in at 5 p.m. and in at 10 p.m. And you know, as well, there's, you know, snack bars and stuff around there. Bring your blanket, bring your chairs, get comfortable on the hill or go near the pavilion, whatever's comfortable. But there is a section where you can get our CDs and shirts and stuff. And beside that is the food bank where we're asking people, please bring non-perishable goods and canned goods that could help out to the local food banks.
Yeah, and it's great. You know, I love summertime concerts. I love concerts that, you know, they goes towards a great cause as well. And I love great music, and all three of you have that in common, great music. All three of you have actually been very busy this year. I'll start with you, Christian. Do you want to give me kind of a little recap of what you've been doing in 2026?
Well, it looks a lot like sitting in a studio and recording music, playing some shows, and staying up till about 4 or 5 a.m. every night. I have a pretty crazy schedule, and I wouldn't have it any other way because the songs that have arrived are fantastic. I'm super excited to share them with you.
I can't wait as well. Rick, what has 2026 been like so far for you?
Well, right off the hop, we went to New York and got to showcase some of these songs that are coming out in the new for the new album that's coming out called Born Ready. So that's been promising, and yeah, we're busy from the casinos and all the festivals. This is our second time playing at the Seacliff this year. We had the privilege to headline on July 18th. That was fun with the 519 band, and but to see that we're actually going to play with my heroes like Teaze. Let me tell you, Spencer, when I was a kid, the very first time I heard Teaze, I went to the Seminole Library. It's in Windsor, right? And I always, my allowance only goes so far, so I always wanted to see what I'm going to buy. So I like to check out records. We don't have YouTube back then. We didn't have Spotify where you can stream and say, hey, I'm going to buy this physical media. Well, I saw this album with the tour of Japan, and it had this giant plane, and behind it had this cool live shot, and this band Teaze logo, and I said, that's a cool name. And I said, I'm just going to check it out. So I signed it out, really liked the album, and I found out they were Canadian, and I said, that's cool, you know, a Canadian band in Japan. And then better than that, I learned that they're from Windsor. It made me feel that anything possible that anybody from Windsor, Ontario could have that spotlight and chance to get a chance to go around the world and share your music. And to hold that copy, and years later, I'm now opening up for those very same people who made me believe that you can do it, and I'm doing it with them and my buddy Christian. It couldn't be a better setup. In fact, I called him to say that he would be perfect for the bill because what we all have in common is that we do classic rock in our own covers, but we have originals. We all got new material that we want to share. And so we're all about live music, and we're all about having an original voice too. And none of us are the same, but we all got something in common. We're rock, and we are guitar-oriented bands. And so if this is going to be a great show. It's a perfect theme for me to fill on with our second year for Seacliff Rock 2.
Yeah, that new Teaze album was pretty spectacular.
Yeah, it's my favorite one.
Like I was saying, a lot of time went into it, and I brought Marco and Charlie. We all brought songs, and we hummed and hawed and put the best. I think over the year I brought about 17 songs of mine, and a couple made it, and a couple made it from Charlie, and then Marco was the one at last. We need a cover song, and so he recommended "Man on a Silver Mountain," right? And like we found out in some interviews, you don't dare like improve or anything or change "Man on a Silver Mountain." So we played a couple times at practice, and then let's go for it. But I really didn't want to veer off when you listen to it. Charlie made some really nice subtle changes in it and beefed it up. I really kind of stayed to the way that Ronnie James Dio would have sang it to kind of honor his voice.
That's not easy to do.
No, but this guy got a voice of an angel, can do it. And what's interesting about that version too, because I like it. They had this little Middle Eastern vibe intro in front and beginning, but he also played a little quick riff of Smoke on the Water, because
at the very end,
Blackmore wrote both songs, right, and both two different bands, but he gave it a little bit of snippet in the tune. As you listen to the song,
that was Charlie's idea.
That was so creative. To me, that's just everything about Charlie speaks volume, because he always goes the extra mile. We played on one of my tracks called Full Speed Ahead with two guys from Uri.
He's a perfectionist at everything.
And Russell Gilbrook. And he came and he played what I asked, but he said, I could put an EBO on this. I could put a slide on this. And he kept giving me more. He already done his job. That's Charlie. If you know Charlie, he always goes the extra mile.
Yeah. Well, that's phenomenal. And it's funny because you're saying, you grew up a Teaze fan, Rick. You're getting into them. You found out they were Canadian, then you found out they're from Windsor. Here we all are sitting in a studio with the front man, Brian Danter, like absolutely insane. It's crazy how life can have kind of full circle moments like that.
Yes. And another thing we're in common, that we're both all members from the Windsor Federation Musician Union, Local 566. And so we plan on maybe doing quite a few more shows together. If it works out well, we may see more of us, because it's off on a good start.
You hear that, folks? Like, listen to how much fun we're having in here. And listen, these are people that in this area. Christian Vegh, Rick Labonte. Are you kidding me? Teaze, Brian Danter, him, the front man, Teaze. Like, this is unbelievable. Coming together for a great show, August 22nd out in Leamington. It's just a drive down the road, basically. It's beautiful out there.
Yeah, I went, actually a couple weeks ago, I just hopped on my motorcycle. It was a nice day, and I went for a ride all the way out there. And I said, I want to go see the venue, because I remember years ago when they had that big storm that hit Colchester, Harrow, and then Leamington, Seacliff.
Storm, huh?
Yeah, but I couldn't believe how much they've resurrected it. Like they've, a lot of trees were destroyed. But I stood on the hill, and I saw where the stage is with the, the beach behind it and everything. What smart thinking, because all the way on the right side, all these tall trees that have probably been there for years, maybe got damaged, but they flourish now. About 5:30, it was good thinking. They kept all that row. It's all shaded by the time the sun comes up there. So no matter where you sit,
And it also helped the sound. It helped the sound keep in, and also helped it from traveling too far into the neighborhood near them, right?
Yeah.
But all in all, it's a wonderful experience. And I also want to thank your radio station for sponsoring the event, as well as Local 444, Ideal Supply. There's a bunch of them. I don't want to start naming them, forgetting them. Well, but the point is, we will mention that all the way through. But there are posters out on Facebook, and they're all on the community calendar as well. So stay tuned, folks. You want to know more information, please come in, share it. Bring everybody. It is a family event.
It is. And you know what? I want to thank all three of you. First of all, for being a part of this. And second of all, inviting me to the show. I cannot wait.
Thank you. And it was interesting because me and Christian had a radio interview, and we introduced our music before it's even copyrighted. You had the first play, right?
Yeah.
And because we do appreciate you, Spencer, about what you do for our community and how much, because I see Spencer comes in and visits some of my shows, whether I'm in town or even to come to Windsor. He made the trip to come and see me. So I just felt, hey, if you can do that, we can bring the extra song and give you a sneak peek before the world got to hear it. So and him and I didn't talk about that, but that's what Christian's like, and that's who I like. We appreciate the support you've been giving us, and we wanted you to be one of the first to hear it.
Well, thank you very much, fellas. That means a lot.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'd just like to say that, it's a really good... I think it's kind of back to our old roots with also bringing it in to this kind of season that we're in. And, like Teaze, like when we transplanted, we first got signed, we moved to Toronto. And we were there, for a few years. Then we got bought out and then moved to Montreal. No matter where we went, we love those cities. We always let them know in interviews and everything, we were a Windsor band. We've never lost that, And so it's gonna be a good show, some good clean rock and roll,
Yeah.
And three generations.
Yeah, I noticed that.
Yeah, it's gonna be good clean rock and roll. Maybe, I don't know.
You definitely got three generations of rock and roll. That's for sure.
I can't wait, and folks, I know you can't wait either. This has been Spencer Duby here, live in the Liona studio with Christian Vegh, Rick Labonte, and Brian Danter of Teaze. Rick Labonte, of course, with the Band of Brothers. Thank you so much, gentlemen.
Thank you.
Once again, Seacliff Rocks on August 22nd. This is 107.9 FM.